Live, boy. Make sure you ain't run over them words, man. Let's get her done. I will live. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yom Teruah, first day of the 7th month. Honor humility STL. Let's get it done, man. Y'all want to sit this out with a blast, day of blasting. Let's get her done. All praise, glory down to the Most High. Hallelujah. Psalm 81. Opening prayer, Brother Yoel. You come closer. Yeah, come on up. Come on. Yeah, come on up a little touch. Let's get her done. Shabbat shalom to the worldwide family. Happy Yom Teruah, day of the trumpet.
Psalms 81 with the Most High's permission.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Sing aloud unto Yahweh, or strength. Make a joyful noise unto Yahweh, or God of Jacob. Hallelujah. Take a psalms and bring hither the tremble, the pleasant harp with the sorcery. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon. Woo. In the time appointed on our Solomon feast days.
That's right.
For this was a statute for Israel and a law of the Lord Yahweh, or God of Jacob.
That's right.
This he ordained in Joseph for a testimony. When he went out through the land of Egypt, where I heard a language that I understood not. I removed his shoulder from the burden.
That's right.
His hands were delivered from the pots. Thou callest in trouble, and I delivered thee. I answered thee in the secret place of thunder.
That's right.
I proved thee at the waters of Meribah. Selah.
Selah.
Hear, O my people, and I will testify unto thee, O Israel.
That's right.
If thou wilt hearken unto me, there shall no strange God be in thee. Neither shalt thou worship any strange God.
That's right.
I am the Lord Yahweh, thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it. And I will fill it.
That's right.
But my people would not. But my people would not hearken unto me, and Israel would none of me. So I gave them up to their own heart. Lust, they walked in their own counsel. Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked in my ways. I should have soon have subdued their enemies.
That's right.
And turned my hands against their adversaries. The haters of Yahweh should have submitted themselves unto him.
That's right.
But their time should have endured forever. He should have fed them also with the finest of the wheat. With the finest of the wheat. And with honey out of the rock. And with honey out of the rock. Should I have satisfied thee. Hallelujah! Selah!
Yes, sir. Woo! That was powerful, boy. Psalm 81. Give us another blast of that shofar, brother. No. Give us another blast of that shofar. Yeah. That's so beautiful. Off the chain. Off the chain. Hallelujah. All praise to the Most High, owner, creator, and possessor of all things. Honor and glory of his only begotten beloved Son. Another Yom Teruah, day of trumpet, day of blasting, day of shouting. Give me Isaiah 58:1 real quick. All in the spirit of Isaiah 58:1. Lift up your voice like a trumpet. Spur not.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right.
Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
So this whole thing we're doing tonight is in the spirit of crying aloud and spurring not. Even if you don't got a physical trumpet like some of these brothers in here, you at least supposed to be lifting up your voice like a trumpet and spreading this truth to the four corners of the earth. So all praise to the Almighty for allowing us to be together again. Another feast day, another feast with spiritual substance, not like your pagan or folly days that we all grew up doing. Give me Leviticus 23, y'all. Leviticus 23. We did a class a couple days ago. We went into a little bit of detail about what this feast is. We just gonna hit a few quick hitters today. They already told me, brother, please don't go 4 hours. I mean, they already begging. Their brother, please don't go 4 or 5 hours.
We can go to tomorrow. You know me, I'm long-winded.
My sister Serafina, Shalom, Poppy Shoe, Mina J, Shalom, Gladstone, Jamie Morrison, Shalom, Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Where Yakin on it? Is that him or that's just real? That's probably real. Who was on her? Yashua, Yahoo, Yashala, Yahoo, Ratazan Shapat, what it do? My sister Serafina. Shalom. Let's get her done. All right, so look, we're going to start this off. This is going to be real quick today. Oh, look at my little cuz on there, my little nephew. Hey, Uncle Mally. Oh, praise.
Yo.
Hey, so we're gonna be real quick with this today because we did something in detail a couple days ago. So y'all can go back on the channel and watch that. But we wanted to get down spiritually first before we even got down because the flesh pots are rolling over here, brother. That's right. You understand? A sweet, savoring smell is being let off into the atmosphere. So we still want to come on live with the Worldwide Family, chop it up a little taste, and get her done. I'm your brother Malachi Maccabee. To my left, I got my aunt.
You already know Judah Moshe Ben Israel, aka Judah the Shooter.
Judah the Shooter.
You did?
He don't waste bullets.
Nah.
Like most you Negroes out there.
And won't miss.
Don't waste. Every bullet is counted for. That's right. You talking spiritual for you haters. All right, Leviticus 23. Leviticus 23, verse 23 to 25.
Show.
You know what I'm saying? Let's get her done. All in the spirit of what we doing. If your children would have asked you, why are we doing this? You should be able to go through the scriptures and show biblically why we're doing this. Something you cannot do with how we were raised. You can't do that with 4th of July. You can't go into the Bible and show 4th of July. Can't go into the Bible and show Christmas, drinking eggnog, kissing under mistletoes. You can't find none of this in the scripture. The things that we grew up doing, became used to doing, actually is not in the Bible.
That's right.
But what we doing tonight, the first day of the 7th month, is in the scriptures. If you was listening, Psalm 81 is what we kicked it off with. And that's about blowing up the trumpet in the new moon. That's every new moon, actually, or every month. But specifically this month. Something special about the 7th month. All right. It's called the day of blasting, the day of shouting, or the day of trumpet. Yom Teruah, Yawam Teruah. All right. So Leviticus 23. Let's show you what we're doing. Leviticus 23. Verse 23 through 25. What does it say?
The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 23.
Yeah.
And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel.
So who's speaking to who?
Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying.
So this is divine. This is from the heavens. This is from the throne of the Almighty. This is not what people call these are cute little Jewish feasts. No, these are the feasts of the Most High. Go back to verse 1 for me.
You already know.
Go back to verse 1.
Leviticus 23 and verse 1.
These are not cute little Jewish feasts. And this is not Rosh Hashanah either, or the head of years. This is the day of blasting. The Hebrew New Year's in the spring is the month of Abib, Exodus 12, Deuteronomy 16. That's the beginning of months or years for us. It is not in the 7th month. This is not the New Year. It's not Rosh Hashanah. No. It's called Yom Teruah, the day of the trumpet, or the day of blasting, or the day of shouting. That's what this is about. You understand? And it's actually foreshadows going into the events that will be happening before the return of the Son of the living God. That's what this is all about. All right. Read that for me, that verse 1 and 2, so you can see these are not cute little Jewish feasts. What does it say, y'all?
The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying.
So who's speaking to who again?
Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying.
Right.
Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of Yahweh.
Concerning the feast of the Moedim, which mean appointments.
Right.
The appointments of the Lord. These are his appointments. These are not cute little Jewish feasts. These are the Most High's appointments that you must keep. Go ahead, Al.
Which speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them concerning the feast of Yahweh.
Yeah.
Which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocation.
What you should proclaim or advertise or cry out.
Mm-hmm.
Korah in Hebrew, it means to cry out.
Right.
Just like in the world where they announced Christmas back in the month of July. You supposed to be constantly on this. Y'all know the day of Trump is coming up. Y'all know Passover coming up. You know the Sabbath coming up. Right? We supposed to be on this constantly, man, to where we never caught slipping.
That's right.
All right, go ahead, Al.
Even these are my feasts.
These are Yahweh's appointments or the Lord's appointments. This is not optional. This is not a suggestion. You understand? This ain't none of that. This is an appointment. It's a command. It's a mandate from heaven. You understand? And Moses was in the spirit dealing with the Most High when he received this. So this is highly spiritual. And it's a highly spiritual time of the year when you're done talking. There's all type of stuff happening in the earth.
That's right.
All right, so jump back down to verse 23, y'all.
Verse 23.
Yeah.
And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, In the 7th month, in the first day of the month, you shall have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of trumpets.
See, so this is considered a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of trumpets. This is a high holy day. It's a memorial of the Most High. It's an appointment that we must keep. Now, and for some of y'all to be like, well, the 7th month is July. Well, if you a Hebrew, yours start when? When it start?
Month of Abib.
Month of Abib. That's either March, April, whatever. You understand? So if March was the first month this year, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, meaning the 7th month. You understand? First day of the month, new moon. That's how we keep track of our months. So it's a new moon, even though it's kind of cloudy outside or whatever, but when you're done talking, it's a new moon. It's the first day of the 7th month, so we right on point. All right. So somebody said, "Well, y'all 2 months late. Y'all in September. It's the 9th month." You replied that our New Year's start Exodus 12, Deuteronomy 16, month of Abib. We observe this because in this very month is when the Most High brought us out of what? Egypt. And our armies. You understand? All right, go ahead. Al.
A memorial of blowing of trumpets. And holy convocation.
What kind of convocation?
And holy convocation.
This is like a set apart rehearsal. We are a gathering. We're getting together and blowing trumps and going over the righteous acts of the Most High to get us in preparation for something. All right.
Verse 25.
Yeah.
You shall do no servile work therein.
It's a Sabbath. See? Go ahead.
But you shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh.
Boy, them flesh pots smell good over there. Offering made by fire.
That's right.
Yakanai, your forehead look black. You been over there, that grill out there, but him 2 plates. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But offerings made by fire to Yahweh is going down as we speak. So all praises, glory, and honor. All right, so we're going to get into the foreshadowing of what this is all about. Because trumpets must blow. Matthew 24, 29 to 32. So, again, y'all, this is going to be real quick today. We went in depth at the barbershop chop shop on Friday. Some of the people was also begging, please don't go 3 or 4 hours. The food going to be cold, brother. They here for physical food, you know what I'm saying? What we really here for? What we here for, yo?
We're here just to be in preparation and be ready if that Trump get blown right now.
Yeah, no doubt. Like with the trumpet down now. Me and the bros was talking earlier, me, Ruban and Obed. We was like, is it Trump blow? Is it a sound you gonna hear, or is it events you need to be looking for? And what about that? Obed, break off what you were saying, brother.
I was saying, basically, you know what I'm saying? With all the events, when the Lord do show up, you know what I'm saying? He make it well known when he show up.
Yeah.
It ain't in secret.
That's right.
So, you know what I'm saying? More than likely, bro, you probably gonna hear some trumpets blowing out in the sky. As well with the events, you know what I'm saying, that he professed to us that's gonna take place.
Yeah.
When those trumpets
hey, what you say more about scaring niggas? Go ahead, break it off, brother.
They gonna scare the life out of niggas.
Yeah,
Niggas gonna be scared.
Yeah, because you heard something you ain't never heard before.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And you see hula size hell fall off the sky, boy. That's gonna get your attention.
Yeah, bro. Everybody.
Yeah, that's gonna get everybody's attention.
They spoil. We be one 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah. And then
watch my documentary. You gonna get like 8.
Nah, 24.
Right.
I'm like, did you watch my documentary? Hell no, brother. 8 hour film and you.
Man, I got a job.
All All good. My brother do a lot of work out here, man. All praise the glory.
Yeah, it'll take you a whole week to get through that, bro.
Right.
In sections.
Yeah.
Well, you better,
All right, let's get back to the lesson.
Matthew 24.
That's the hardest Hamite they know Israel.
We see you riding a Hittite this deal. All right, Matthew 24. Let's read around
The book of
29.
Matthew, chapter 24, verse 29.
What are we in preparation for? Right? The trumpets actually mean something. All right, go ahead.
Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light,
Yeah.
and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heaven shall be shaken.
You see that? So this don't sound like a smooth exchange. This don't sound like some fancy soliloquies or none of that. You talking about lights out. What you know is lights. You talking about sun. You talking about moon. You talking about stars. You talking about the powers of the heavens being shaken. Again, like I was just saying, this ain't we no private matter. It's right in your face.
Right in your face.
You understand? Well, you got to deal with it, right? To where nobody can say that it was private. You didn't hear it, brother? You didn't hear it? Oh man, you missed it. The side show back up yesterday, brother. You missed it
That's the end of things.
Yeah.
So
You ain't get the memo, brother. Like it's gonna be a private matter. No, the Most High know how to get our attention. All right, go ahead.
Verse 30.
Yeah.
And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven.
Come on.
And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn.
Why is it? Why are all the tribes or kindreds of the earth mourning? Thought everybody loved Jesus.
Oh, happy day.
Thought it was all good. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something that he's relaying to us. That's in red. He reading. That's prophecy.
It's in blood.
He's prophesying. You understand? About his return and saying that all the tribes of the earth are going to mourn. What everybody mourning about? You feel me? Let everybody tell it they believe in the Most High. The majority of people. Some people is crazy and get talking at atheist madness, but most people claim they actually believe in a higher power. What everybody mad about? All right, let's read.
And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
With weakness and insignificance.
With power and great glory.
That's something you ain't ready for, man. You feel me? Even when you dealing with the movies back in the day, Independence Day, that's not even scratching the surface of what we talking about. You're talking about power and great glory. You talking about fetal position. You talking about knees knocking. You feel me? You talking about heart. The scripture talking about men's hearts failing them. You feel me? But looking on the things that's coming on the earth. But people be losing their mind. Heart attacks. Falling out. You understand? It's a major thing. What else you say?
Verse 31.
Yeah.
And he shall send his angels.
Beautiful.
With a great sound of a trumpet.
There go that trumpet. That's what this is for. You see what we in here actually rehearsing, gathering together. That's what he's gonna do, gather his people at the sound of a trumpet. So that we actually are rehearsing the righteous acts of the Most High. Like I tell you in the book of Judges, rehearse the righteous acts. We're supposed to constantly do this thing. You understand? To where even our children know it like the back of their hand. They should know this. It's easy. Easy work. They go to school, huh? What? Yeah, no. Feast of Teruah, Feast of Trumpets. What you talking about? Oh, I thought you never asked. Yeah, Leviticus.
Thought you never asked. Boy, that's me all the way.
Breaking the teacher off like it's nothing.
Man.
You understand? That's what
he cut his teacher on the first day of school.
That's what good job. So yeah,
straight up.
That's what we talking about. All right. So where we at? Going down to verse 32 for me.
Yeah, we still in 31. And they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Verse 32. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, you know that summer is not.
So if you pay attention to nature, that's all he's saying. Pay attention to nature, you know what season it is. You know when birds are chirping and grass is green and flowers are budding, hey, springtime coming in. You understand? You know, when leaves are falling and things are starting to die, it's fall. Leaves are falling, fall. You understand? In other words, you can pay attention to the signs of nature and know what season you in. So we're like, if you can do that with the fig tree, surely you should be able to do that with the signs that he gave. All right, go ahead.
Verse 33. So likewise ye, when you shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the door.
Let's go show what the trumpet is used for. Numbers the 10th chapter. You see the angel. You understand? blowing the trumpet, gathering his elect from the four winds, the tribes of the earth mourning. So this trumpet is not good news for everybody. Only if you're on the right side of the Most High. For majority of the earth, that trumpet going off is bad news. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. Because it's checkmate at that point. Well, what you gonna do? You feel me? Like what you gonna do to sustain your life, or you feel me? Like the scripture tell you, there's no man that has spirit power over the spirit to retain the spirit. What you gonna do when the Most High tickle them heart feathers? Bring you to the brink of death and then allow you to live again. You feel me? Zig, shalom, shalom. I finished that. Numbers 10, Numbers the 10th chapter.
The book of Numbers, chapter 10.
The trumpets are not good news for everybody. For the majority of the earth, this means bad news. Because it's the ushering in of the kingdom of the Most High.
Bring it on.
You feel me? In which the Israelites will have complete rulership over. Under their king. Under our king, should I say. All right? Let's get it done, huh?
Verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, make thee 2 trumpets of silver, and a whole piece shalt thou make them, and thou mayest use them for the calling of the assembly, and for the journey of the camp.
For the calling of the assemblies and the journeyings of the camp. Right? Trumps are used for the calling of assemblies, gather the people together, or if it's time to actually pack up tent and move out. We would listen for the trumpets, right? We were not in the wilderness doing what we wanted to do. Like, that's what y'all doing over there. We gonna do this. Everybody had to be in order, held to a command. We wasn't just hitting backflips and doing what we wanted to do in the wilderness. Everything was structured, in order, in command. Everybody that rebelled got swallowed up. Most I opened them and swallowed them.
Flip notes.
Yeah. All right, come on now.
Verse 3.
Yeah.
And when they shall blow with them, all the assembly shall assemble themselves to thee at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And if they blow but with one trumpet, then the princes, which are heads of the thousands of Israel, shall gather themselves unto thee.
Showing you, like, depending on how it blow and how many times it blow. It can mean everybody show up to the door of the temple, or it can just mean the heads of the tribe show up. Right. Feel me? So we had to be attuned into the sound of the trumpet to know, oh, no, that just mean the princes is going up.
Yeah.
Or that mean everybody going up. Or that actually mean it's time to pack up tent, move out. You feel me? And then as we keep reading, you'll see east side move out on this blow, north side move out on this. Where you get people claiming east side, north side, south side. Man, they get all out the Bible. All right, go ahead. What's that?
Verse 5.
Yeah.
When you blow an alarm, then the camps that lie on the east part shall go forward.
You feel me? So it's more than just blowing it. If you blew it a certain way, that sounded like an alarm. You understand? Maybe how you was doing it earlier. Do. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. You know, we ain't grow up in the culture, so I don't know exactly what an alarm is, but we knew then. You heard an alarm, we knew east side, move out. All right, go ahead.
Verse 6.
Yeah.
When you blow an alarm the second time, then the camps that lie on the south side shall take their journey. They shall blow an alarm for their journeys.
See, south side, east part, east side. What else to say?
Verse 7.
Yeah.
But when the congregation is to be gathered together, you shall blow, but you shall not sound an alarm.
Showing you the difference in how you blowing it. Is it regular blowing? You sounding an alarm? What are you doing? Right, and we had to be well, but it showed you, man, that we kept our feast. Like, you had to be raised up or reared up in this culture to understand, no, that's an alarm. No, that just means for the heads of the tribe to show up. Yeah. Well, that means we all moving out east side first. You had to be somebody that's reared up in the culture to understand. All right, go ahead.
Verse 8.
Yeah.
And the sons of Aharon, the priests, shall blow with the shofars, and they shall be to you for an ordinance forever throughout your generations.
So the sons of Aaron, you feel me, or the high priests, they were the ones when we was in the wilderness to blow these trumpets. You feel me? So we can't say, all right, well, Zebulon blew the trumpet this go round. Simeon blew it this go round. You feel me? Naphtali, Gad. It just told you who was blowing it. You understand? It was the sons of Aaron that was doing it. When we was in the wilderness, it was certain Israelites that had certain jobs. You couldn't get jealous and say, "Why I can't blow it?" You see? Stay in your. That's not your lane. Your lane ain't to blow the trump. You feel me? Your lane may have been something else.
Definitely would have been your lane.
Yeah, of course not, because I can't blow that deal to save nothing. I mean, I'm not a Levite, brother.
No.
Yeah, I'm not a. All right, go ahead.
Verse 9.
Yeah.
And if you go to war in your land,
This is beautiful. Listen to this.
Against the enemy that oppresseth you, then shall you blow an alarm with the shofar oats, and ye shall be remembered before Yahweh your Elohim.
See, so this was also a plea for the Most High to intervene. This was a way for us to invoke the presence of the Most High. You blew it a certain way. We was about to go to war in our land, and the enemy had us cornered.
And
we can invoke the spirit. My bad. We can invoke the spirit of the Almighty by blowing that trumpet a certain way. You understand? The Most High get to moving in the divine force, spiritually handling our enemies. It's a story in the Book of Kings about the Assyrian army that came against us, and all we did was pray. You understand? And by the time we woke up and scratched boogers out our eyes, all of them was dead. It was 185,000 heathens dead. One angel killed them that night. You feel me? One angel. So it ain't like we didn't have the knowledge of invoking the spirit and presence of the Almighty. You understand? To handle our enemies. That's what most of everybody is scared of, that we get back on that level. When we get back to that level, any type of whatever, whoever talking, guns, drones, none of that mean nothing at that point. If you know how to invoke the presence of the Most High to get at your enemies, you understand? Now you talk. Now you a threat. And now you see why so much has been spent out to keep you away from this knowledge right here. I'm going to keep you in a religious spirit, a Negro. You understand? Slick bottoms and just a church nigga, tie on it. They'd rather keep you in that spirit than actually understanding this is part of you. You was born with this. You understand? We prayed to the Most High, invoked the spirit, and 185,000 of our enemies were dead by the time the morning dew was on the grass. We woke up, was like, dang, it's over. It's over. All right, where we at?
And you shall be saved from your enemies.
You serve a mighty power, man. So how could we not remember this? You understand? Go ahead.
Also in the day of your gladness, and in your solemn days, and in the beginning of your month.
Like tonight, this is the beginning of the 7th month. This is a solemn day. This is a joyous occasion. But let us keep in mind what it is that we're gathering for. All right, go ahead.
Ye shall blow or blast with the shofar oats for your burnt offerings and over your sacrifices of your peace offerings, that they may be to you for a memorial before your Elohim. I am Yahweh, your Elohim.
That's beautiful. So we see the purposes. We see all the different purposes that the trumpet is used for. You understand? The calling of the assembly, the journeyings of the camp, to invoke the spirit of the Almighty to fight against our enemies, all of the above. So why wouldn't we want to celebrate this or observe this, or even teach the children? That's empowering. Like, imagine the children growing up knowing, dang, man, I wonder what tone that was. And he'd be outside in the morning practicing when you wake up, little Joker just blowing. Like, I'm trying to invoke the spirit of the Almighty around this deal. Man, that's powerful to know, like, you that connected to the Almighty, where I can blow this trumpet a certain way. And he'll show up and fight my battles. All right, you gonna have these little jokers up all before the cock crow in the morning. Waking you up. You talking about you need an alarm clock. What you talking about? Yeah. Powerful and powerful. All right. Let's get right into it, man. Let's go to Revelation. Let's go to Revelation.
That sounds like some superhero stuff.
Yeah, it is superhero stuff. That's what they scared of. They base all your Marvel comics off us. You know what I'm saying? Your people. All your Marvel comics, the superheroes, they get off your forefathers. One of us could chase 1,000 back in the day.
That's right.
2 of us could put 10,000 to flight. Right? We was like your boy. What's that superhero Will Smith played? Hancock?
Yeah.
Right? But then he started getting weak. And he got around little Missy. Got around little Missy.
Oh, yeah.
Got around little Missy Heath and he got weak. Yeah, got around Missy, got around Missy Corbin, you got it weak.
God doesn't see color.
You did.
It's transparent.
He got weak as a mug. You start getting shot, punched, and slammed. You like, dang, Hancock, what's going on? Feel me? But when he was in it, when he was in his natural vibration, spirit, you couldn't deal with it. Right. Couldn't deal with it. Feel me? Hollywood have put out little pics to show, like, we know what's going on. You understand? It's our job to look at it and pull out of it the jewels. Like, yeah, I know exactly what's going on. All right, so let's get into it, man. We're going to go into Revelation. We're going to show the trumpets.
Chapter 8.
No, matter of fact, before that, 1 Corinthians 15. I want to hit that first, and then we're going to go to Revelation chapter 8. Y'all forgive me for that. 1 Corinthians 15, we're going to read start around verse 40.
39.
And 39, 38 up in there, and we're going to read down and show about the last trump, and then we're going to read about all the trumpets up to the last one. And we're going to close out with another prayer, and pray everybody get edified. All praise. Oh, you know what else we need? We need that Jubilees. Who got Jubilees in chapter 6? We need Jubilees, man. It's something very interesting in there. Maybe somebody can look it up on their phone or something.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, bro.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 15, 39th verse. Some pages flipping. All right. All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, and another flesh of beasts.
Hallelujah.
Another of fishes, and another of birds. There are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial.
So you got heavenly bodies and earthly bodies. Okay, go ahead.
But the glory of the celestial is one.
Right.
And the glory of the terrestrial is another.
Facts.
There is one glory of the sun, and another glory of the moon, and another glory of the stars. For one star differeth from another star in glory.
You know that some stars shine brighter than other stars, right? The sun shines brighter than the moon, right?
So also is the resurrection of the dead. It is sown in corruption, it is raised in incorruption.
What that mean, Yakanan, Eleazar? What that mean, brother?
Loud.
It means when you go to the grave, you go corruptible. When you come out of the grave, in the resurrection, you come out, you reach your celestial life.
Incorruptible. Going to the grave, corruptible, weak, decaying, food for the worms. You understand? You come out immortal, powerful, incorruptible. It's something a lot of people scared to talk about, right? It sounds like spookism, but that's how what the Bible called, who the Bible called Adam and Eve. They weren't created not to die. You understand? They only died because they went against what the Most High commanded. Right. But what do we learn from it? We can cry and say, "Why did God create them?" You can do all. You can cry over spilled milk all you want. Who's gonna clean it up? What you gonna? Are you gonna learn from the situation or not? When we learn going against the Most High, we lose our what? Life, immortality, incorruptible. We lose all of it. You understand? We supposed to learn from that. So next time you tempted to go against the Most High, you feel me? Say, oh, okay, well, you know what I'm saying? I'm jockeying for death. That's all. I'm just, I love death. Look yourself in the mirror and say, I love death. Every time you decide to go against the Most High, don't even front. Now you be scared and look into the mirror, like, look yourself in the face and say, boy, you're tripping. Huh? Just every time you go against the Most High, look yourself in the face and say, I love death. How comfortable you gonna be sinning? You ain't gonna be comfortable. Go ahead.
Verse 43.
Yeah.
It is sown in dishonor.
Yeah.
It is raised in glory.
That's right. Hallelujah.
It is sown in weakness. It is raised in power.
Dang. Glory, dishonor, glory, weakness, power. Go ahead.
It is sown a natural body. It is raised a spiritual body.
You got a spiritual body. Go ahead.
There is a natural body and there is a spiritual body.
Right.
And so it is written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit.
Last Adam was made a quickening spirit. All right, come on now.
Howbeit, or however, that was not first, which is spiritual, but that which is natural, and after that which is spiritual.
Speaking of what we got coming,
Mhm.
right? You were born into a natural body. What we got coming, if we endure and are faithful, is a powerful, incorruptible, glorious spiritual body. That's what we got coming. Right? How could you renege on that? All right, go ahead.
Verse 47.
Yeah.
The first man is of the earth, earthy.
Right.
The second man is the master from heaven.
Hallelujah. Facts. No way to get around it.
No.
Go ahead.
As is the earthy, such are they also that are earthy.
Yeah.
And as is the heavenly, such are they also that are heavenly.
Come on.
And as we have borne the image of the earthy, we shall also bear or carry the image of the heavenly.
They don't say might carry it.
Nah.
You understand? They say shall.
Shall.
Then carry this weak, corruptible, dishonorable flesh. You're going to carry that powerful, glorious, you understand, incorruptible body that you actually have. All right, go ahead.
Verse 50.
Yeah.
Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of Yah. Neither doeth corruption inherit incorruption.
That's right. So you can kill all that. You going to the Most High, flexing your biceps, talking about how fast you run in a 40, how high you jump.
4-1.
You know what I'm saying? How good you throw the football. How good you can shoot a basketball.
Not that
how
good.
fast you are on track.
I was explosive.
You know what I'm saying?
How healthy
How healthy you eat.
Yes.
How healthy you any of them. Because when you done talking, you talking about corruptible flesh. You talking about decaying flesh. It's the reason why you born crying. Because you born dying. You know what I'm saying? You come to this earth decaying on a clock ticking down to your death. So there's no remedy for this decaying flesh. But the Messiah, sent by the Most High. You understand? But there's nothing you can do. There's no workout regimen you may be able to prolong a little something so you think. But man, the issues of death are in the hands of the Most High.
That's right. You know.
I had some healthy homeboys I grew up with that was very athletic. Brothers died, never drank, smoked, nothing they like. Brother one came home from Denver training camp, Broncos. You understand? Came home and played in a celebrity basketball game, went in the locker room and didn't come out that day. Died. Yeah.
Yeah, did he?
Yeah, that was the homeboy. Yeah. You understand? I got another partner, Divine Black. Same thing. Came home from college, Mizzou and all that, playing basketball. Heart exploded. Died I'm talking about here in St. Louis, just died playing by a pickup game. You see? And those brothers was healthy, worked out every day and stretching and getting your pecs, and that was way before social media. Oh my God. Today everybody be at the gym like y'all ain't working out. Y'all just taking pictures. Everybody on Facebook taking pictures at the gym. Like, well, I thought y'all gotta work out.
Man.
You feel me? But even that,
just taking pictures.
It ain't gonna stop that. It's gonna you may think you prolonging something. Right. But when the Most High call your number, it's a wrap. That's right. This is decaying flesh. Never forget that. Yeah. All right, that ain't to knock anybody that's trying their best to be healthy. That's what's up. You understand? But don't get it fooled. You ain't found the fountain of youth. Right.
Y'all better make y'all call and let
you
it
ain't
sure.
I took in the tree of life, my brother. Shit, your ass stank in the morning just like me. That breath is horrendous in the morning still. Whether you eat meat or not, that breath stank.
Right. Especially if you're a puffer light. Booming.
It don't even matter. Puffer light or not.
Puffer light.
Boy, you got decaying flesh. You grown. You ain't got little baby breath. Maybe that little boy, he may still, be good in the morning without brushing them choppers. That still eat about 2. Wow. And it's over. You know what I'm saying? They ain't never smoked nothing in their life. Hey, what the? Right. You need to brush your teeth, baby.
Look at bed, bro. Don't be on.
Yeah.
Budweiser.
All right, what we get?
Win 51.
Let's get it.
Behold.
Yeah.
I show you a mystery.
What is a mystery? Denisha, what's a mystery, girl?
Caught you off guard.
Yeah. daydreaming,
Right.
night dreaming. What's the mystery? Ask some of these sisters some questions.
Ask thy head wrap.
Two. What's the mystery, girl?
Well, I heard her smack all right on in.
Huh? That's right. Something that need to be searched out and figured
Hidden
out.
truth.
Mystery. So something about what Paul finna say is a mystery. Something that had to be figured out and searched out in this day. All right, go ahead.
I'm over there laughing. People had their heads down. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep.
Yeah.
But we shall all be changed.
Come on.
In a moment, in a twinkling of an eye.
Come on. We heard it all the time growing up. Hold on. We heard that a lot growing up in church. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye.
Praise the rapture. Praise the Lord.
The Lord. We done heard it a lot, but that's a problem we have. We are used to sound bites and half verses. That verse ain't over. In a moment, in a twinkling of an eye. What else to say?
Verse 52 again. In a moment,
right?
In the twinkling of an eye.
Come on.
At the last trump.
At the last trump. So you're right out the gate. You be like, well, how many trumps are there? It's just the last. That's the first question that should come to your mind. The last trump. Well, how many trumps are there? When is the last one? You understand? Come on now, because this is when the resurrection go down. This very thing we talking about, being incorruptible, powerful, glorious, this goes down at the last trump. So the first question should be, how many trumps are there? You understand? All right, go ahead.
Which reads, in a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound.
The who shall sound?
The trumpet shall sound.
Right.
And the dead shall be raised incorruptible.
So the trumpet is going to be a signal for the resurrection. You see that? He's reading in 24 the same thing about him gathering his elect. You see? But it's also a sign for the resurrection. Right. The calling out of the grave of the Most High's elect. Those that have died in this truth. Those that have left this earth with this testimony. The Most High ain't forgot about them either.
Brother, we.
All right? Come on now.
It says, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption.
This corrupt. Did it say might?
Must
put on
incorruption.
That's the reason why you're being gathered to him, to put on incorruption, to receive your inheritance. Right? Go ahead.
And this mortal must put on immortality.
You must put on immortality. You would tell you in the wisdom of Solomon that the Most High made not death. Yeah, he made man to be immortal and an image of his own eternity.
Let me grab it. Chapter 2. You're going off. Yeah, look at you. I'm positive.
Chapter 2, the last two verses.
Got us to rock 1990.
Doctrine of life, huh? Yeah. Immortal. Here we go. Wisdom of Solomon. Here we go. Chapter 2, verse 23. But Yahweh created man to be immortal.
There it is right there. That's what you receive in that resurrection when the trump blows. And mortal must put on immortality. The Most High created man to be immortal, right? Go ahead.
And made him to be an image of his own eternity.
That's powerful, man. You feel me? You the reflection of God Almighty. Like he's supposed to be able to look at his creation and say, dang, I look good.
Straight up. I like that.
What are you looking at now, though? Look ugly. We ain't handling our business. Like you was made to be an image of the Most High God's eternity. This is his image. You finished with that?
Yeah, I get 24. Nevertheless, through the envy of the devil, came death into the world.
That's how death came into the world, through envy of the devil. Go ahead.
And they that do hold of his side do find.
Yeah, you want death, he'll give you death.
Uh-oh.
He said, choose life. I lay before you two paths, life and death. Choose life that you may live. But hey, if you want death, I got a spot for you. All right, right back to where we was at.
Yeah. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 54.
Yeah.
So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption,
Right.
and this mortal shall put on immortality. Then shall be brought to pass the same that is written.
Yeah.
Death is swallowed up in victory.
Hallelujah.
O death, where is thy sting?
Right.
O grave, where is thy victory?
Yeah.
The sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is Teruah.
Yeah. Hallelujah.
But thanks be to Yahweh, which giveth us the victory through our master, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach.
Yeah. God.
Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast.
Be what?
Steadfast.
Stand on this truth, man. You ain't got nothing else to do. What you mean that something else is a higher priority than the truth? Be steadfast in this, man. You see what's coming? Me and the brothers was talking earlier, but after you had saw the Messiah ascend and resurrected, you saw him do all these miracles, and you understand? To them, it was urgent to push the word. Yeah, he left you evidence that y'all had certain spiritual powers. It was urgent to them. Don't nothing else matter. What you talking about? Like, I don't care how many of y'all. If I saw Yakina Eliezer ascend in the cloud and you didn't, that's just your fault. Like, ain't nothing you can tell me at that point. I witnessed it. You know what I'm saying? So the brothers actually witnessed Hamashiach, man. You understand? They said they were eyewitnesses. Shalom. They said they was eyewitnesses of what went down, of his majesty. You see? So if that's what it is, ain't nothing else to talk about at that point.
I just want to get an order for Solomon 1.
Oh, okay. You want to go ahead?
It was Solomon 1 at 14, bro.
Oh yeah.
You gonna pull it?
Oh, you want to pull it?
Gotcha.
Oh Lord, yeah.
Goddess thou.
Got us.
Bring it out. Next time on Misfire.
Bring it out.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 15. For righteousness is immortal, but ungodly men with their works and words called it to them. But when they thought to have it,
Go read it. Start from 14.
verse 14. For he created all things that they might have their being, and the generations of the world were helpful, and there is no poison of destruction in them, nor the kingdom of death on the earth.
Hallelujah.
For righteousness is immortal.
What?
For righteousness is immortal, but ungodly men with their works and words called it to them. But when they thought to have it their friend, they consumed to naught and made a covenant with it, because they are worthy to take part with it.
Oh yeah.
Hallelujah.
Order 1 and 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
That ain't the scripture
we was talking about. 19.
Misfire.
Come on. Sure.
1 Corinthians 15, verse 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always.
Sometimes.
Always.
When I feel like it.
Always. Abounding in the work of Yahweh.
There ain't nothing else to do, man.
But I'm tired.
No, man. Ain't nothing else to do. Feel me? They can call you boring or L7, whatever. You see what the prize is. You see the power. You see the glory. You see the incorruptibility. You understand? You see how he didn't even make you to die. He made you to be immortal in the image of his own eternity. There ain't nothing else to do but push this. You see what I'm saying? Everything else you do, man, is just what you do to feed your family. You understand? Take care of things around you. But those are hobbies. That's not your job. All right, go ahead, Al.
For as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in Yahweh.
All praise. Let's finish it off. Revelation, the 8th chapter. Let's get into these trumpets, because it said in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. And again, y'all, we went over this in detail on Friday evening, coming the Shabbat in. So if y'all want to get some more detail of what it is, you'll see the trumpets announce resurrection, the trumpets announce the gathering of the camp, the gathering of the princes, the moving of the camp. The trumpet is even to invoke the spirit of the Almighty to war against your adversaries. You feel me? This day of blasting or shouting or the day of trumpet. This is not Rosh Hashanah. I'm gonna tell you again.
That's right.
That's a Jewish myth. Yeah, if you are an Israelite and you in these scriptures, our New Year has always been the month of Abib, which corresponds to our March or / April. That's what it corresponds to. It's the springtime. So you see any Hebrew saying Happy Rosh Hashanah, correct them immediately.
Immediate.
That's Jewish mysticism. That's a myth that has nothing to do with the scriptures. This is not the New Year. This is the first day of the 7th month, the day of trumpets or blasting. And this is what it all foreshadowed when you get to Revelation 8th chapter. You got something you want to say?
Yeah, I saw a Jewish guy one day and I asked him around that last year. I said, if this is the head of years, then when is Passover? What month is that? He didn't want to answer, Sean. He had it to give.
Probably smiled at you.
Yeah.
He had his little condom on his head.
Yeah, smart little nigga. Yeah. He had the little hospital face mask. That's what it looked like. Right. About to do some surgery.
Yeah, other madness.
And got cut.
Scared to say the name of the Most High. Hashem.
Right.
Hashem.
Elohim.
Elohim.
Right.
What the hell are you talking about, man? All right, Revelation the 8th chapter. Let's get it out.
All right, Revelation chapter 8 and the first verse.
Now remember, keep in mind the last trump is when we get gathered to him. At the last trump. What you're going to see as we read through this is that good old pre-tribulation rapture is a lie. Spawned by the Baptists, your boy Jack Porhand and all them. It's a lie. All right? You're not getting gathered into him until the last trump. So we're going to read about all the trumps and then see when is the last one. Then you know when the elect is getting gathered to him. Then you know when the righteous are being resurrected to him to receive their powerful, glory, immortal, incorruptible bodies, never to die again and to take this earth completely over under the Messiah. All right, let's get it done, Hebrew.
Revelation chapter 8, verse 1.
Yeah.
And when he had opened the 7th seal, there was a silence in heaven about the space of half an hour.
You get to this Revelation study, you'll see it's 7 seals, 7 trumpets, 7 vials of judgment. You understand? There's many breakdowns on it. I would love to have a dialogue about it one day. See where everybody at. It's just all type of. One thing we should not be doing is viewing our scriptures through the lens of heathen stuff.
No.
You understand? We should not be viewing any of these scriptures through the lens of heathens. You should not be depending on any heathen to give you a breakdown of what this means.
Speak on.
Well, when I was a Seventh-day Adventist,
you feel me? You should not be depending on John Hagee and what's some more of them heathens.
Jimmy Swaggart,
Jimmy Swaggart, and
Elijah.
Elijah.
Whatever Jewish
Inside or Elijah.com or whoever, man. Or whoever. You understand? You should not be depending on no heathens for no understanding of your scripture. You understand? It's just what it is, man.
How you gonna go to this?
Because you got scriptures in Daniel and in Revelation, and then you got people out here pushing a 7-year peace treaty as if it's scripture. You know what I'm saying? It's something that I've never even seen in scripture anywhere. But the scripture they try to use to talk about this so-called Antichrist is actually a scripture talking about the Messiah and how he will be cut off in the midst of the week. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta watch the sorcery. You gotta watch out if you an Israelite getting your breakdowns of the mysteries of the scriptures from heathens. You see what I'm saying? Because it wasn't given to them.
Man, when I was in the church, I thought the beast was a damn animal, for real.
Yeah, you would think that.
A dragon's coming out of the sea. What?
Your knees was knocking like a naked newborn. Knocking like a naked newborn. You all superstitious. All superstitious. Step on the crack, break your mama's back.
And the ram.
Yeah. Come on, Hebrew, let's get it.
Verse 2. And I saw the 7 angels which stood before Yahweh, and to them were given 7 trumpets. And another angel came, stood at the altar.
Notice that these angels that stand before the Most High were given 7 trumpets. 7 trumpets, right? Remember, it said in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. So we got 7 trumpets. The last trumpet will be trump number 7. The last trump is when the dead are resurrected and the elect are gathered to receive powerful, incorruptible, glorious bodies and inheritance. You understand? To rule this earth and never die again, man. That's powerful. But 6 trumpets go off before Trump 7. Remember that. All right, let's read.
Having a golden censer, and there was given unto him much incense, that he should offer it with the prayers of all saints.
Which is powerful because in Luke, the 1st chapter, that's what John the Baptist's father was doing. At the hour of prayer, he was the priest in the temple burning incense, and as the incense ascended in smoke, you understand, our prayers were going up to the Almighty. There's an angel in the heavens that do the same thing that the priests in the temple of God were doing on earth. As in heaven, so on earth.
So on earth.
Right? All right, go ahead.
Upon the golden altar, which is before the throne, and the smoke of the incense, which came with the prayers of the saints, ascended up before Yahweh out of the angel's hand.
Come on.
And the angel took the censer, filled it with fire of the altar,
Beautiful.
and cast it into the earth. And cast it into the earth.
Beautiful.
And there was voices.
Is this the devil doing this?
And there was voices and thunderings and lightnings and an earthquake.
So this ain't jazz and flute playing and clarinets. You understand? This is a serious time. Serious, right? Go ahead.
Verse 6.
Yeah.
And the 7 angels, which had the 7 trumpets,
One of them trumpets,
prepared themselves to sound.
Hallelujah.
The first angel sounded.
First trump go off, right? Go ahead.
And there was followed hail and fire.
Close that window for me. Hold on. Close that window for me. Yeah. Bro got you. You know how the Israelites, we be amped on these feast days. All the Israelites outside amped. Yo!
Right.
You know, we tarry for our brothers. But go ahead, read that again and say the first angel sounded and what?
The first angel sounded. And there followed hail and fire, mingled with blood.
So you got hail. Any of y'all seen hail drop out the sky before, right? But you got hail, fiery hail mingled with blood. You understand? Falling to the earth. We all done seen hail before, some of us, you understand? But you talking about fiery hail mingled with blood? Okay. First trump sound. Go ahead.
And they were cast upon the earth. And the third part of the trees was burnt up. And all green grass. And all green grass.
See, so it's safe to say that this time ain't came yet, but we witnessing preludes to it. Right? You talking about all the green grass burnt up in the earth.
Was burnt.
You talking about a third of the trees burnt. You understand? Based off this fiery hail mingled with blood. Wait. And so it show you that times they're gonna do them to get worse before we get to the kingdom. They're gonna do them to get worse and worse. Right? And it's mainly because morality is at all time low. Ain't nobody talking about morality no more. Everybody's talking about what pleases them. You understand? Everybody's talking about what this transgender movement is beyond. It's gaining steam. Pedophilia movement. You understand? It's gaining steam. Morals is at all-time low. The Most High start having angels. You understand? Sound trumpets, and then you got fiery hail mingled with blood hitting this earth, burning up a third of the trees and burning up all the green grass on account of the wickedness of man. And that's Trump 1. But remember, you're not being gathered to the Trump 7. All right? Go ahead.
And all green grass was burnt up. And the second angel sounded.
Second trump go off. Go ahead.
And it was where a great mountain, burning with fire, was cast into the sea. And the third part of the sea became blood.
Wow.
And the third part of the creatures which were in the sea and had life died.
You see that? So you got a third part of the sea, blood. Third part of the creatures in the sea or the oceans died. Dead on arrival.
And the third part of the ships were destroyed.
And we see preludes to it because there's a lot of monstrosities washing up on shores. It's a lot of fish, a lot of fish kills going on. There's birds dropping out the sky. You seeing these things happen, but what we see is on a small level compared to what we read. Come on, right? So you can't even the second trump done blew just because you don't woke up. And in BB, Arkansas, the whole road is littered with birds. Overnight, just all the birds fell out the sky, as far as you can see. You see what I'm saying? But that still is small potatoes for what's coming.
Prelude.
Yeah, it's a prelude. Just warming up. Most times, like I'm just warming up.
Yeah.
I'm just getting warmed up. I'm about to really open up in a second. All right, go ahead.
And the third angel sounded.
Yeah.
And there fell a great star from heaven, burning, as it were a lamp. And it fell upon the third part of the rivers.
Right.
And upon the fountains of waters. And the name of the star is called Wormwood.
Go ahead.
And the third part of the waters became wormwood. And many men died of the waters because they were made bitter.
So the Most High, when this third, that's the third trump, right? Below, all the waters become bitter. So no water, no life. That means all the waters are poison. When you hear bitter, it means poison waters. No water, no life.
So these trumpets going to be going back to back to back?
That's a good question. We were talking about that earlier. What's the space between them? 7 days?
That's a good question, man.
7 days? If 7 trumpets go off, if one go off every 6 months, that's 3.5 years. 1,260 days. I was doing the math on that earlier. 3.5 years is 1,260 days. Now you see those numbers in the scripture.
Yeah.
Right? But if one trumpet blasts every 6 months, it's 7 trumpets. You get that gets you 3.5 years.
Revelation 13.
I was tripping off that the other day, like that's 7 trumpets, because I was trying to, because that's what I was on. Like, what is this? Once a week? You feel me? Once a day? I mean, what you mean? Like, what? Yeah, what's the space between these trumps? You know what I'm saying? Like, really, what's the space? But I was doing them like if they go off every 6 months, that would give us 3.5 years, which leads to that 1,260 days spoken of, and Daniel spoken of, in
Revelation 13
spoken of, and all that. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good question. But time will tell. You feel me? I can't give a definite on it, but if one go off every 6 months, they give us 3.5 years.
So 42 months.
Yeah, you see them numbers constantly in the scriptures. 42 months, 1,260 days, a time.
Dealing with the 70-week prophecy.
3.5 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So this shows you it ain't gonna be going on one day like today and over tomorrow. Like you gonna have to be able to get through all this. Those that endure to the end get saved. What you think we're gonna be arguing about in that day, boy? We just witnessed fiery hell fall off the sky with blood in it. Where all the waters done turn bitter, like in the book of Eli. There's only a few water spouts left. What we gonna be arguing about in that day? Nigga! You owe me $5. Man. What you gonna be arguing about?
My wife always nagging.
The bills!
Right.
Or even camp doctrine. You know what I'm saying? Like it's certain things gonna be going down in that day, you feel me? That you ain't finna be arguing, nothing. Like when there ain't no water, no food, niggas get humble. You know how it is when you fast. You ain't all up in nobody's face.
Can I read that right?
You ain't got energy. Your lips dry, bro. Stink. You know how it is.
Before I take this, brother, what
you ain't finna be on none of that. You talking about the worst times ever happened. You see what I'm saying? So it's good that the Trump, because also the Trump is about what? Gathering the people.
That's right.
How you gather without the Trump? You see? Zephaniah 2:1, gather yourselves together before. But the Trump, the Trump blast. You feel me? So that's what's going on, man. You got something you bring up?
Yeah, about when you won't eat, be humble. That's what the Lord did with the children of Israel. Deuteronomy 8:2. And thou shalt remember all the way which Yahweh Elohim led thee these 40 years into the wilderness, to humble thee and to prove thee, to know what was in your heart, whether thou wouldst guard his commandments or no. And he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger, and fed thee with manna, which thou knowest not, neither did thy fathers know, that he might make thee to know that man do not live by bread only, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of Yahweh doeth the man live.
Man, real
Straight up.
Like, trip about this. How many of us actually studied the wilderness period? You understand that's coming back around, and which the Most High proved us, tested us. You're going to be broken that deal, boy. You understand? Your true character and what you really believe will be put to the test in that day.
Ezekiel 23.
You talking about the wilderness, boy? A place deprived of anything that can sustain life.
Want to pass through the rod, huh?
Yeah, and you gotta, you gotta wait on his miracles. You gotta wait for pools to break out in the wilderness.
Niggas can't live without chicken wings for a couple of days.
Right.
You ain't finna be.
And a damn cigarette.
Yeah. or Facebook.
Yeah.
Right.
I was addicted to Facebook, man, and social media.
Facebook alike.
Like in that day, all that's over with, man. Everything that you think you can brag about and be proud about is over.
Man,
You understand? You gotta wipe your teeth off and come on. We ain't talking about nothing else. You got something more?
No, just building on that. All the comforts of this life that we know today will be taken away.
Yeah.
Every bit of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like what he just said, he suffered you to hunger. You know what I'm saying? Just gave you out bread. So now you're down to bare minimum on what you're gonna be eating every day. You ain't gonna be eating good every day. You might just have bread. 6 months in a row, you just eating bread every day.
You know, ain't no meat, huh?
Every day.
Real talk, bro.
And that's what happened with the children of Israel, which we saw. They started complaining
Yeah.
and said, "Hey, we tired of eating this bread. We want some meat." We don't want to be found like that in this day. That's why he wants those things for example for us, so that we don't be in that same type of spirit if we find ourselves in that situation.
Real forgetful about
man.
the miracle that just happened.
Yeah.
What you got to talk about, boy? In the most powerful nation, America, just been bodied. You don't walk across the Atlantic Ocean on dry ground.
Worried about the belly.
There ain't nothing to talk about at that point. It's all praises to the Most High. You understand? All right, come on, now let's get it.
Verse 12.
Yeah.
And the fourth angel sounded.
Fourth trumpet went off. Go ahead.
And the third part of the sun was smitten.
Oof.
And the third part of the moon. And the third part of the stars. So as the third part of them was darkened. And the day shone not for a third part of it. And the night likewise. And I beheld, and I heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, "Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth, by reasons of the other voices of the trumpet of the three angels, which are yet to sound."
Voices of the voices of the angels or the trumpets blowing. He like, look, we only done hit 4. Only 4 trumpets that went off. Man, we done got all the way down to the sun being smitten. Twice of the sun. You understand? So he like, look, whoa, meaning, look, it's about to get worse. It gets worse before it gets better.
Say which are yet to sound. Like, man, it's just more.
I thought it was cracking.
In the spirit of this Yom Teruah, and for y'all that's non-messianic, I don't even know how y'all even, because y'all don't even read Revelation. You understand? Like, what are you doing? You feel me? Like, how you ain't connect this with Yom Teruah, the Feast of Trumpets? Paul did. Paul was what y'all claim to be at first. And understood exactly what it is, man. You understand? So we got 3 more trumps supposed to go off. 4 of them went off already. And as we see, all hell done broke loose. You understand? This is not nothing comfortable. It's not nothing to where you be, playing jazz music and playing flutes and, you understand, your AC playing the game, watching it go down. Yeah, I heard the Lord on his way. Yeah.
I heard the Lord on his way.
Nah,
ain't nothing to be cracking. Them trumpets blowing and you seeing all this stuff happening, bro. You should be doing some type of self-reflecting and self-check. Right? Because you ain't never seen the third part of the sun smitten. Who done seen that? You ain't never seen fiery hell mingle with blood. You ain't never lived in a world where all the water became poison. He gave you a prelude in where? Flint, Michigan. Poison water, boy. You can't even wipe your rear end. You can't wash your rear end with that. Yeah. You ain't never. So in other words, you ain't even prepped for nothing like this. You see? And it's 3 more trumps got to go off.
Man.
So in the spirit of what we're doing, we're in preparation. You understand? For the coming of the Son of the living God, man. And understanding that if we stay obedient and faithful, we can get through these things, man.
Right.
You understand? We're going to need our God and we're going to need each other. Period, man. No matter what you claim. It's all fun and games now because you can work your thumbs on Facebook.
No doubt.
I hear you. I hear you talking, boy, but when every so-called convenience is taken away from you, we'll see then. We'll see then. No, you can't. Ain't no running water. The water been. No more. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no more going fishing to get no food. What you mean? The creatures in the sea dead. Even the ocean and turned to blood. Huh? What you mean? Ain't nothing cracking. Wow. All right, let's get into it. Next chapter.
Chapter 9, verse 1.
Yeah.
Revelation. And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the keys of the bottomless pit.
So this star is symbolic for an angel. It turned from a star, an inanimate object, to a him. To him, to this star, him was given keys to the bottomless pit. Who is that? And they say, what sounded? And this is the fifth trump.
Fifth trump.
It's the fifth trump. All right, go ahead.
Verse 2. He opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace. And the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit.
Yeah.
And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power, as the scorpions of the earth have power.
Yeah.
And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men.
Only what men?
Only those men which have not the seal of the Yahweh in their forehead.
You see that? So if you ain't sealed with this knowledge of the Most High and faith of the Son, you're done. You're done. This happened before. Give me Ezekiel 9. This happened before. This happened before about being exempt from judgment and the mark and all that. This happened in the old times. Ezekiel 9, start at verse 1 for you.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 9, verse 1.
Notice it said, come at those who ain't sealed with the knowledge or who ain't sealed with the mark of the Most High. That's who these so-called locusts are dispatched out of the bottomless pit for the rebels. You see that? Don't hurt no trees, no grass. Only get at those that ain't got the mark of the Most High in their forehead. Those that are not sealed by the knowledge and faith of the Most High and the Son. That's who these so-called torture locusts are for. All right, now this didn't happen before. Ezekiel 9, verse 1.
He cried also in my ears with a loud voice, saying, cause them that have charge over the city to draw near.
Yeah.
Every man with his destroying weapon in his hand.
Sword in his hand. A destroying weapon, right? Go ahead.
And behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate, which lieth toward the north. And every man a slaughter weapon in his hand. And one man among them was clothed with linen, with a writer's inkhorn by his side. And they went in and stood before the brazen altar. And the glory of the Elohim of Israel was gone up with the cherub, whereupon he was to the threshold of the house. And he called to the man clothed with linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side. And Yahweh said to him, go through the midst of the city.
Go through the midst of the city, right? Go ahead.
Through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
So he told him, go through the midst of the city and mark everybody that's crying about the abominations that's going on in the midst of Israel. Mark them. You feel me? In other words, seal them. We read in Revelations that they're going to torture those that don't have a mark on them, that are not sealed with the mark of the Most High.
That's right.
Right? So he told these angels to go through the midst of the city. Y'all got charge of the city. Go through the midst of the city and put a mark on the foreheads of those that sigh and cry for what's going on. Basically, the men that sighing about all these homosexuals out here, sighing about all this commandment breaking. You know what I'm saying? It hits you in your gut to see your people in the condition they are. You dig? Like, sigh. Those that are sighing about the wickedness that's happening. What else to say?
Verse 5.
Yeah.
And to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him, through the city and smite.
And do what?
And smite. Let not your eyes spare. Neither have ye pity.
Go ahead.
Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women. But come not near any man upon who is the mark.
You see, same thing was said in Revelation. And notice if you ain't got the mark on you, whether you a little child, a woman, old or young, you're going down.
You gotta get this word.
Yeah. Right. You see, the judgment of Most High ain't to your liking. It ain't
No
like
respect of person.
You feel me? It ain't like, oh man, that ain't gonna happen. No, it tell you in the scripture plenty of time. Even children got put down. That's why it's important for us to train them up so they know what they're supposed to do. Because children, women, don't hit the sisters. Children, women, the old. Hold on, Big Mama 95. Old and young. If you didn't have the seal of the Most High on you, you were finished. You were marked for death.
Children of the whole wide world.
Finish it off and we'll jump back.
Then they began at the sanctuary. I'm sorry, and began in my sanctuary.
Start at my sanctuary, in my house. Right? Everybody that's going off getting hit. I tell you that in 1 Peter the 4th chapter 2. Judgment begins at the house of God.
That's right.
See, same thing in the Old Testament. Start in my sanctuary. Clean my house first. Right?
Chapter 4. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. And he said unto them, defile the house and fill the courts with the slain. Go ye forth. And they went forth and slew in the city.
I jump on back to what you said.
Revelation chapter 9 and verse 5. And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months. And the torment was the torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man. And in those days shall men seek death and shall not find it. And shall not find it.
You see that? You got some more?
Yeah, I was gonna say, see, that's a marker right there to the question that you presented. As far as the time period between Trump. You know what I'm saying? 5 months. So it sounds like it might be that 6 month time period between Trump.
My brother Yakanan.
When it said that it said don't harm the grass, things of that nature, right? Is it metaphorically talking about grass, talking about people?
Yeah, it could be.
Because prior to that, you know what I'm saying, the other grass and all the green things were destroyed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, it's talking about,
could be metaphorically speaking.
Or did the grass grow again? But how can that possibly be if all the water?
Man, look, when you got stuff like hell mixed with fire and blood hitting it, there's no recovery. You feel me? But I always remember this book is written by you and for you, your people. So it's plenty of metaphors. You feel me? A lot of things just take time for you to sit back and meditate on. You feel me? And just come up with it like, dang, what does this really mean? You feel me? Because a lot of stuff you can take literal. Don't never forget, he tell you in Revelation, I was in the spirit. You feel me? So he's in the spirit in a vision, watching what's going down and describing everything as best as he could about things that's gonna happen in the future from us right now. In the age of artificial intelligence and all that. Scorpion singing men with tails and you know what I'm saying? 2,000 years ago, he's just describing to the best of his ability what he's seeing, based off what he know around him. You know what I'm saying? So when you breaking down any man's vision, no matter what you're talking about, it's multiple levels to it. You know what I'm saying? Definitely metaphorical. You're Israelite. But I mean, we live by metaphors. Always comparing one thing to the next. You know what I'm saying? All right, go ahead, Al.
And shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses, prepared unto battle, and on their heads were as it were crowns like gold, and their faces were as the faces of men.
Yeah.
And they had hair as the hair of women.
Hey man, a lot of this start making more and more sense when you understand the artificial intelligence program that's going on. worldwide. You understand? You even got Elon Musk telling you AI is more dangerous than any nuclear warhead. Artificial intelligence. You understand? You got certain AI that's actually teaching itself now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they showing you all through the movies, Ex Machina.
Matrix.
They showing us iRobot, Terminator, Judgment Day. You understand? Like all these movies been showing us what it is.
That's right.
So it really make more and more sense once you realize what era we in right now.
And we ain't talking about Allen Iverson.
Right.
AI.
All right, come on, bro.
Verse 8. And they had hair as the hair of women, and their teeth were as the teeth of lions. And they had breastplates, as it were breastplates of iron.
Yeah.
And the sound of their wings was as the sound of chariots, of many horses running to battle.
That's why some going to the Black Hawk helicopters, the Apache helicopters, and all that. You understand about the wings flapping and the tail stinging and all that. Which, hey, you know,
Do it.
Which nothing. That's nothing you can count out. But hey, it's even deeper now.
Black hole.
All right, go ahead. Out.
Verse 10. And they had tails like unto scorpions, and there were stings in their tails, and their power was to hurt men 5 months. Right before that trumpet go, huh? And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue have this name Apollyon.
King over the bottomless pit is Abaddon.
Destroyer, huh?
Yep, go ahead. Verse 12.
Verse 12. One woe is past, and behold, there come 2 woes more hereafter.
Meaning, so 5 trumps that went off, right? There's 2 more left.
And the 6th angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar, which is before Yahweh, saying to the 6th angel, which had the trumpet, loose the 4 angels, which are bound in the great river Euphrates. And the 4 angels were loose, which were open for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year.
Prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year. Go ahead, Doc.
For to slay the 3rd part of men.
So you got certain messengers of the Most High. That's what they train for. Constantly to handle this business when that 6th trumpet sound. All right, go ahead, Doc.
And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. Man. And I heard the number of them. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire, and of jacinth, and brimstone, and the heads of horses, whereas the heads of lions, and out of their mouth issued fire and smoke and brimstone. By these 3 was the 3rd part of men killed by the fire, and by the smoke, and by the brimstone, which issue out their mouths.
Talking about this 200,000 army. Go ahead, Doc.
For their power is in their mouth and in their tails. For their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, and with them they do hurt. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of their works, of their hands.
You see that? You see all this torture and all this hell breaking loose, and people still living and still refuse to turn away from their evil. Well, like we see it today, though, somebody get killed right in front of you, and then you forget about it. You'll go home, roll up, and forget anything ever happened. So after all this go down, people still gonna be like, ah, yeah, whatever. It didn't happen to me. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
It says that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk. Neither repented they of their murders, nor of their sorceries, nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts.
Jump over to chapter 11, verse 13.
Chapter 11, verse 13.
Read down to 8, just get to this last trump. Because remember, at the last trump is when we're gathered to him. In the moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. 7 trumpets got to blow. Let's read about the 7th trump. All right, go ahead.
Revelation chapter 11, 13th verse. And the same hour was there a great earthquake.
It's still in the sixth. It's still in the sixth trump.
And the 10th part of the city fell. And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000.
7,000 bodies from one earthquake. 7,000. It's still in the sixth trump. Go ahead.
And the remnant were frightened and gave glory unto the Elohim of heaven.
Hey, you better give glory. You talking about an earthquake that bodied 7,000 people, man? Woo! Those didn't die. Hallelujah! I bet. All right, verse 15, verse 14.
The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
In the seventh trump. All right, go ahead.
And the 7 angels sounded.
Yeah.
And there were great voices in heaven saying, the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our master and of his Messiah. And he shall reign forever and ever.
At the last trump, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. This is when we get gathered to him. When the seventh trump sound. The kingdoms of this world have become the kingdoms of our master and of his Messiah. That's when we gather to him. The resurrected out of the grave, trump blowing. We've been reading about the trumps. The trump just blew, right? Those in the grave get resurrected to him, and then those that are still living get gathered to him. They receive powerful, glorious, incorruptible bodies to live and rule forever and ever. But it's not until the seventh trump. So trumps 1 through 6, all hell break loose. If you get raptured, why you ain't gone? You should be gone before the first trump go off. Before that fiery hell mingle with blood. You understand? Burn up all the grass, 1/3 of the trees. If you believe in the rapture, by the time Revelation chapter 8, verse 7 kick off, you should already be out of here. Should already be out of here. But notice in 1 Corinthians 15, it says the resurrection and the gathering of the elect don't happen to the last trump. Right? This is the last trump. Read that verse 15 one more time for me, y'all.
Verse 15.
Yeah.
And the 7 angels sounded, and there were great voices in heaven saying,
Come on.
the kingdoms of this world
Right.
are become the kingdoms of our master and of his Messiah, and he shall reign forever and ever.
So now we see when the resurrection happened and when the gathering of the elect. Right? And at the last trump, in the moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the dead shall be raised incorruptible. Right? All right, go ahead, Al.
Verse 16.
Yeah.
And the 24 elders were set before Elohim on their seats, fell upon their faces, and worship Yah, saying, we give thee thanks, O Master, Elohim Almighty, which art and was and art to come, powerful, because thou hast taken to thee thy great power and hast reigned.
Come on.
And all the nations were angry.
And the nations were who?
Angry.
What the nations doing angry? I thought everybody loved God. What everybody mad about? Huh? That mean this world done went down. Power structure, the rulership in this world, from Vladimir Putin to Donald Trump, they all got to get down and lay down. Right? Go ahead.
And thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged.
See, that the dead should be judged. That's how you know this is the resurrection, the seventh trump. Right? The time of the dead that they should be judged. The dead should be raised incorruptible. 1 Corinthians 15. So it all line up once you just start. If you slow down and just piece it together, it line right up. The time that the dead should be judged at the seventh trump. Right? The last trump. All right, go ahead.
And that thou shouldest give it, thou shalt give reward unto thy servants, the prophets.
What reward? What is it that we get at the last trump?
And
Hosea, what is it we get at the last trump, my bro?
Heavenly body.
There you go. He said, reward unto thy prophets.
Heavenly body.
What is it you get? You get powerful, glorious, incorruptible.
Be made in the image of our God.
There you go. Time for you to get your reward. Right? What else to say?
And to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great.
Come on.
And shouldest destroy them.
Shouldest what?
Destroy them.
Go ahead.
Which destroy the
That's
earth.
these heathens. They got to go down. Yeah, and that's at the last trump, the seventh trump.
And,
praise. Go ahead.
and the temple of Elohim was open in heaven, and there was seen in his temple the ark of his testament, and there were lightnings and voices and thunderings and earthquakes and great hail.
Y'all see that? That don't sound like elevator music playing.
Oh.
That ain't elevator music. That ain't jazz. That ain't fluting. That ain't elevator music. That ain't soft shoe music. That right there said lightnings and voices and thunderings and earthquakes and great hail. That's what it said. So in the spirit of this memorial blowing trumpets on Yom Teruah, you understand? We look forward to these events right here. You understand? To the gathering of the elected of the Most High, to the ushering in of his kingdom, to the resurrection of the dead. The trumpet is used to gather the people. You understand? Can't move out. The trumpet is even used in both spirit of the Most High to go to war for you against your enemies.
Right.
Like it happens too many times in the scripture. Close that door for me, y'all. It happened too many times in the scripture. All right, so who got a closing song?
Let me blast the show
Yeah, we gonna get you together. Who got a closing song? Who got one? Come on, Morty, man. You over looking tired, brother. Pick a song or something.
Brother, alone
Over there looking tired.
Two.
Psalm 72. He was all right. Look at this. Psalm 72. Where brother Yoab at? Tell that bro we're gonna pray out.
Go ahead,
Right after Judah Moshe, go ahead and blow that shofar, blowing the trump. Blowing the trump. Yeah, you got the trumpets, you got the atonement, and the tabernacle. Wow. The tabernacle of the Most High is the New Jerusalem. So this whole, we started off with Psalm 81. We can end it with Psalm 81 too, though. For real, it is about the blowing the trump. You know what I'm saying? So let's do it, man. Like I said, beautiful shofar. The fall feasts have not been fulfilled yet. The spring feasts have been fulfilled, but not the fall. All right? All right, so let's get it done. Tell them, Bruce, come on, man.
Hey, close out, yo. Close out.
Go ahead, Black. Get your blast on, right? I like that, boy.
Hey, Daddy. I know my brother. No, you don't. I'm gonna try to hit it out. You better go hard. You making me laugh.
Psalm 81.
No, do that 47.
Psalm 47. Psalm 47.
Oh.
Psalm
Put your
47.
hands in your own guitar, tuck titty.
Get them up.
Get them up.
All praises to the Most High.
All praise.
God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and out in glory of his only begotten beloved Son, long live the King.
Long live the King.
Psalm 47. Yahweh, King of the earth. To the chief musician, a song for the sons of Korah. Oh, clap your hands, all ye people. Shout unto Yahweh with the voice of triumph. For Yahweh Most High is terrible.
Yes.
He is a great king over all the earth.
Wow.
He shall subdue the people under us and the nations under our feet. He shall choose our inheritance for us. The excellency of Jacob, whom he loved. Selah.
Selah.
The Most High Yahweh is going up with a shout. Yahweh with the sound of a trumpet. Sing praises to Yahweh. Sing praises unto our King.
Hallelujah.
Sing praises, for Yahweh is the King of all the earth.
Preach.
Sing ye praises with understanding.
Preach.
Yahweh reigneth over the heathen. Yahweh sitteth upon the throne of his holiness. The princes of the people are gathered together. Even the people of the God of Abraham, of the shields of the earth, belonging to Yahweh. He is greatly exalted.
Hallelujah! Selah!
Very good. Psalm 81. Psalm 81. Psalm 81. Psalm 81.
Power.
Time permission. Let's finish it up, right?
Power. Rip it again. Psalms 81. Psalms 81. Psalms 81. Arms back up. Arms back up. Arms back up. Arms back up, daughters.
Get him up.
Y'all lying this or not?
Get him up.
That's right.
With the Most High's permission. Psalms 81. Sing aloud. Sing aloud unto Yahweh, our God, our strength. Make a joyful noise unto the God of Jacob. Take a psalm and bring hither the tremble. A pleasant harp with the sorcery. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon. In the time appointed on our solemn feast day. For this was a statute for Israel and a law of the God of Jacob. This he ordained in Joseph for a testimony when he went out through the land of Egypt, where I heard a language that I understood not. I removed his shoulder from the burden. His hands were delivered from the pots. Thou callest in trouble, and I delivered thee. I answered thee in the secret place of thunder.
That's right.
That's right.
I proved thee at the water of Meribah. Selah.
Selah.
Hear my people. Hear, O my people, and I will testify unto thee, O Israel. If thou wilt hearken unto me,
That's right.
there shall no strange God be in thee. Neither shall worship any strange God.
That's right.
That's right.
I am the Lord Yahweh, your God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it. But my people would not hearken unto my voice, and Israel would none of me. So I gave them up unto their own heart lust, and they walked in their own counsel. Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked in my way.
Yes.
I should have subdued their enemies and turned my hand against their adversaries. The hate of Yahweh should have submitted themselves unto it.
That's right. Get them arms up.
But that time should have endured forever. He should have fed them also with the finest of the wheat, and with honey out of the rock, and with honey out of the rock. Should I have satisfied thee? Hallelujah!
Go ahead and blow that drum again. Yo, Teruah.
Happy feast day!
Happy feast day. Blow that drum. Blow on that drum, kid. Hallelujah. Long live the king. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, man. Keep the commands of the Almighty. You know what I'm saying? This side of the grave and the next. Hallelujah.
Let's get a toast. Let's get a toast. Toast to our God. If you got a cup, put your cup up. If you ain't got a cup, put your 4 fingers up.
Look at the daughters.
Let's understand the time at hand. The time at hand is not playing. The time at hand is war
Right.
If you don't know it's war, step outside. Work around these heathens, the people that actually hate you. They get you fired from the job for just spitting this word. How do your own people hate you? How do your own people, plus the heathens, hate you? Who gonna love you then?
As it is written,
Who gonna love you?
the Most High God,
Huh?
Israel.
Our people is our love. We love each other.
That's right.
Us. Let's get the vision. Us, man. Us.
That's right.
No, we love each other.
Just us, bro.
So forget the division. Forget the problems. Let's show the Most High that we love him by obedience.
That's right.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Shalom. Yahoo.
But your ass ain't gonna have no voice tomorrow.
Jesus. All praise.
Hey,
My was voice.
Lift up no voice like a trumpet. You won't have it tomorrow.
All praise. Let them know what it is.
Hey, bro. Brother Ruban, brother Yoab, come on over here, man. Shout out to people, man. Come shout out to people, man. We on her.
Hey, shalom, family.
Shalom, Israel. All praise due to the Most High.
Hallelujah.
Holy Shabbat.
Hallelujah.
Feast of trumpets.
Long live the king, man.
Long live the king,
Come
man.
on over here, young soldier.
Long live king.
Man, let the world know what it is, man. What you say? Shalom, throw that foe up, man. Hey, let the world know. Say happy feast day, man. Rep your fringes, man. Rep your fringes, man. You got the fringes on, lead through. All praise and glory and honor, man. All praise to the Lord. Come on over here, bro. Let the worldwide family know what it is,
and
bro.
honor
That's
to
right.
the 12 tribes scattered abroad.
That's right. Hallelujah.
Glorious feast day.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Aknakam. Come on over and holler at your people, man. Are you trying to wipe your face off?
Bro.
Hey, sons of light.
I done met my
Come on over here, man.
I got you
Come on
over
over and
here.
holler at your people, man.
Come on.
Come on over and holler at your people, man. Come on in, bro. Holler at your people, man.
Shout out to the brotherhood. Honor the king. Fear God. Keep his commandments. Respect the brotherhood.
That's right,
Roll
man.
with the king.
Y'all let it king.
Y'all folk tribe in the building, man.
Hey, bro, boy, hey, look, you know your brother kind of large and, you know, there's about 30 bros in his house,
It's
bro.
all good, boy. About 30 to 50 Israelites
Man,
over
it
there,
is,
man.
bro. I was being kind.
Yeah,
I was being.
you're being
Told
conservative.
her about. Hey, look, all praise to the Most High for our brother Yoab, man. I can't say that enough. This brother got the hospitality of Abraham of ancient.
That's right. That's right.
This Hebrew ain't never turned a brother down for shelter. Brother, you be passing through the gate. This Hebrew ain't show you that. So may the Lord bless his brother hands, his house.
And another man praise thee and not your own. Hallelujah.
Love all y'all in deed and truth, man. Yahoo.
Ronnie T-Man, come on over here, man.
Come on, nephew.
Come on, nephew.
Young in charge. Young Israelites in charge.
Got the young Israelites in the building. Shalom, throw the foe up, man. You dig? Say happy feast day, man. Happy feast day. We got young T-Man.
Hey, Andrew, where young Judah? Oh,
Come here, little
get a
Joe.
young Judah on.
Come on over here, man.
Get a young Judah.
Come on, man. Young lion training.
It's young Judah Moshe.
Young Judah Moshe. Throw the foe up, man. Throw the foe up, man.
That's like, you got big enough gun shoot.
Hey, got the Messiah herd. You see that boy? Got the Messiah herd in this deal, man. Young
That Woody hair, bro.
I'm gonna get you back to your mama, man. Mordecai, come on over out your people, brother.
Go ahead, Morty.
Come on over out your people,
Y'all
man.
sons of Morty. I stand with y'all whole name. Hey, the house of Morty got multiplied again.
You sound a little tired. I am tired.
Yeah, brother.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, I'm still showing up.
That's the brother that build houses, man. Hallelujah.
Straight carpet, skill of carpet.
Ram Yashala.
Ram Yashala.
Over out your people, man. Over out your people,
I
man.
love all y'all brothers indeed and truth, yo.
Brother,
Gorilla face, bro. Hey, look. This is my brother, man. You heard it. For it on the record. That's my brother.
Hallelujah.
May the Lord bless you, bro. I see you got the new crib. Your daughter running around the house. Oh, hallelujah, bro.
Most God bless all you brothers and sisters out there. Enjoy the feast, man.
That's right, man. I love y'all.
We got next.
We got next. We still got next, baby.
Who else you bringing over? You get Ruben?
I got Ruben. Let me see. Duell. What Deacon Duell at?
You get a Zoom?
I got a Zoom.
Benaiah?
Benaiah, come on over out to people, brothers. It's the grill, man. Come on over here, bro. Benaiah, y'all got to see the grill, man. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Benaiah, come on. Come on out to people, man. This is the grill, man. It's the grill, man, right here, man. This one out behind the scene, brothers. This one out behind the scene, brothers, man. You feel me? That's the grill, man, right
We
there.
couldn't work in on that grill,
I
bro.
love y'all, man.
All praise Israel.
I love y'all. All praise.
Make sure Israel fed good.
Yeah.
Hey, look. Shout out to all our daughters.
Yeah. Shout out to the daughters of Zion.
Shout out to the daughters.
Daughters of Zion. Y'all trying to get on down with
I got to get on there.
Come on, Duell.
Do well.
Come on, Hey, it's what the real behind the scenes.
Real Jeremiah. Behind the scene, bro.
What the real behind the
Saying
scenes.
enough about the brothers. Right. It's very good at organization, ingenuity. You understand? A lot of stuff wouldn't get done unless his brother had his hands.
Hey, that's real talk, bro.
You understand? This one our brother here, Duell Jeremiah.
House bless the house of Duell.
Person Duell is love, bro.
Hey,
Let your people see who you is, man.
yeah, appreciate it.
You see me?
Yeah. You know. Hey, this is Deacon right here, man. Hallelujah.
Love my brothers and getting the truth.
Love you too, bro. Love you. Hey, right up.
Come on over, man. Come on to people.
You got Jeremiah too.
Yo, the rule, obey. I need you over here, bro. Obey. Hey, man, obey. Come here, man.
Where you going?
It's all in the building. You understand?
That brother.
No, that's not the same, bro. You major work, greatest support, help, all that, man. All praise and glory. Now, come on, baby. Happy feast day. What's this game? Jeremiah, come on.
What's Jeremiah?
Hey, Z. Hey, Z, come on over here, huh?
You going to the campus?
Jeremiah.
I called you. You know what I'm saying? You going?
And them brothers ducking that camera, they ain't trying to get on camera.
Put you in no team.
My voice in the deal and everything.
And it's somewhere else.
You don't want to put Judah in no team. About 15 more
That boy
kids.
got that sound.
You put Judah in the team, bro. It's about 15 more kids, bro.
Hey, Tim was brother on her. Tell his brother on her looking for him. Tell his brother Shine on her looking for him.
What happened? Well,
We got the daughters of Zion in the building too, man. You know what I'm saying? We got the daughters of Zion. A lot of things would be getting cooked in, you know what I'm saying? So we want to shout out the daughters of Zion. It's about 10 to 15 of them in this deal. They all shy though, they don't want to get on camera. I'm trying to get the daughters of Zion on camera, they ain't messing with it, you know what I'm saying? But the daughters of Zion all in the building. You understand? It's about 15 of them in this deal. I know y'all probably hear all in the background. You understand? So shout out to the daughters of Zion to help put this thing together, man. And they about to serve the Hebrew, so I'll praise the glory now. We love the daughters of Zion. Hallelujah. Yaki, where is Yaki? What do you hear?
He ain't make it back.
Hey, man. Hey, Glasgow, Jamie Morrison say Yaki, question mark. Yeah, he was just here.
He was here.
Look, Papa shit, we family don't lie. Yeah, Yaki was here. He must have just stepped out for a minute. He was just here. Let's see how to make it shut up. 5 minutes. Let's see how to shoot out for a second. It was all good. Yeah, you know,
Going to the Lord, man. Going to the Lord.
Look at that, they like stage fright.
Stage fright.
Yeah. These shows was talking about. That y'all see, Y'all broke them down. Y'all
Hey, when you see your brother do you? That's your brother.
He just like smiling, man.
You know, I wouldn't trade this spaceship for the world. May the Most High bless all bless Israelites welcome in the building, bro. Yo, sir! Oh yeah, get yoked, bro. Get yoked.
Yo, hey, good. Come on over here, house the people, man. Come on over here, man. Come on. How's the people, man? Worldwide. Happy feast day.
They never brotherhood over here, man.
Hey, man, worldwide assembly, man. They camera shot, man. There's a whole bunch of Hebrews over here. They camera shot. Benzo G in the building. Happy feast day to the worldwide family. Another Israelite feast in the building, baby. Yeah, boy. Yeah. Brotherhood is strong. Yeah, man. Hallelujah. That's what it do. It is money. Yeah, go ahead.
I need head counts if you go. I just want to say all praise to the Most High. To come through for a feast of the trumpets. Be able to be with the family. Definitely all praise.
I might show up.
Grab me a glass of wine. Hey, man, let me get a little bit of that wine.
Some of that thing right there. We drink wine over here, man. We ain't scared of the wine. They call that.
Not at all. If it's good enough for the king, it's good enough for me.
You know what I'm saying?
It's good enough. It's good enough for y'all.
That's why. Where you at, bro?
Man, where you at, hey, man? You going on? I know you ain't working brother. I was brown, yo. Hey, man, they call it Cabernet, but we call it cabinets of big.
It's a big man. It's a big one.
That's cabinets of big then over here, man. We don't call it Cabernet, baby.
Big.
All good, boy. Hey, that cabinet had me twisted.
Well, I ain't feeling groovy, baby.
Oh, man, bro, inside the brick pit.
Oh, no, that was these days, bro. Man, you got caught slipping, man. We better go get you.
You should have called on.
Man, tell your boss we be coming to get you, huh? He.
You going over here? You going over? Abraham a lot. Let's go get that Hebrew.
Man, we gonna get you.
He even signed up for overtime.
Oh, yeah, man. You done signed up overtime with the feet, bro.
Hey, we gonna break you out, bro.
Man, we
Abraham a lot, bro.
Hey, man, we finna free you from Alcatraz, brother. Get on out of there, bro. Yeah, you bullshit, man. You know better. And you got yourself to bring behind the scenes. You know better. You know better, man. You know.
All right, shalom, family.
Hallelujah, long the king, man, long the king. Who else we missing? Who else we missing? Who else we get on there? Who else we missing? We got everybody on there. They ain't get no bed over here.
Go ahead.
Y'all need to grab old man on Facebook.
Grab him on up, man.
Let me go grab this.
I won't go tell him, come on, man. Watch, stop it.
Hey, do me a favor. Tell man. Tell man.
This old baby, I'm talking about this been cracking. My day been cracking since I bust my ass. Bro, my day been cracking since the Lord opened my eyes. Bro, I don't think you feel that.
My Jamaican brethren, how was Brown? What it do, bro? I appreciate the daily text, bro. You always texting me, bro, man. I'm talking with us all. Know it, TT, know it. Get the cash, get dropped. All right, y'all, we about to get a bumper in this live stream. Y'all, Teruah Cement, happy day of trumpets. This is not Rosh Hashanah. Hey, the bottle is the Cabernet in the bottle, y'all. Don't top you with us all, man. Pray for us. Hey, somebody Shalom.
They trying to New Year. I'm like, New Year? They talking about New Year.
Yeah, nah, this ain't no New Year at all. That's some Jewish, man. Hey, we coming to get you, boy. He ain't right here, jumping. He ain't working. We coming to break you out of our trash.